Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistike. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 7, the sacrifice performed by Daksha. Text number 40 onwards. Brahma Vacha Namaste Shrit Satvaya Dharmadinam Cha Sutaye Nirgunaya Cha Yat Kashtam Naham Veda Pareyapi Cha. So now the personified Vedas, they are glorifying the Supreme Lord. And they said, we offer our respectful obeisances unto you, the Lord, the shelter of the quality of goodness, and therefore the source of all religion, austerity, and penance. For you are transcendental to all material qualities, and no one knows you for or your actual situation. In the material world, there is a trinity of the three material qualities. Lord Vishnu has accepted the superintendence of the quality of goodness, which is a source of religion, knowledge, austerity, renunciation, opulence, etc. Because of this, actual peace, prosperity, knowledge, and religion can be attained when the living entities are under the control of the quality of goodness in the material world. As soon as they are subjected to the control of the other two qualities, namely passion and ignorance, their precarious condition in life becomes intolerable. But Lord Vishnu, in his original position, is always nirguna, which means transcendental to these material qualities. Guna means quality and nir means negation. This does not indicate, however, that he has no qualities. He has transcendental qualities by which he appears and manifests his pastimes. So this is something that the philosophers or speculators, they misinterpret. When we say Krishna or Lord Vishnu is nirguna, nirguna, they say nirguna, nirakar, whatever nir they can add to. But nirguna doesn't mean no guna, no qualities. That is why they say it is all impersonal, Brahm Jyoti, because Brahm Jyoti only has no qualities that we think of. Nirguna actually means no material qualities. So he has all spiritual qualities. Obviously, he has spiritual qualities because previously also we studied that he appears in his transcendental qualities. So nirguna means no material qualities, but he has all transcendental, all spiritual qualities. And that's what Prabhupada said. He has transcendental qualities by which he appears and manifests his pastimes. The positive transcendental qualitative manifestation is unknown to the students of the Vedas, as well as to the great stalwart demigods like Brahma and Shiva. Actually, the transcendental qualities are manifested only to the devotees. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, simply by discharging devotional service, one can understand the transcendental position of the Supreme Lord. Those who are in the mode of goodness can partially enter into the transcendental understanding. But it is advised in Bhagavad Gita that one has to surpass this. So those who are in the mode of goodness can partially enter into the transcendental understanding. So that is why Lord Vishnu is in charge of the mode of goodness. He's superintendent of the quality of goodness. And that's what Prabhupada says in the beginning, which is a source of religion, knowledge, austerity, renunciation, and opulence. And because of this, actual peace, prosperity, knowledge, and religion can be attained. So one who is in the mode of goodness, he can have some glimpse of the qualities of the Lord, but he has to transcend it to really understand it. The Vedic principles are based on three qualities of the material modes. One has to transcend the three qualities, and then one can be situated in pure and simple spiritual life. So that is where he then, once he crosses beyond the mode of goodness, he takes off, his plane of bhakti takes off. Then there's no stopping. Agniruvacha yat tejasaham samiddhateja avyam vahe swadvar ajya siktam tam yagyam panchavidham cha panchabhi srishtam yajurabhi pranato asmi yagyam. The fire god said, "My dear Lord, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, because by your favor I am as luminous as blazing fire, and I accept the offerings mixed with butter and offered in sacrifice." The five kinds of offerings, according to the Yajur Veda, are all your different energies, and you are worshipped by five kinds of Vedic hymns. Sacrifice means your supreme personality of Godhead. In Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly said that the yajna should be performed for Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu has 1,000 popular transcendental names. So that is Vishnu Sahasranam, out of which one name is Yajna. It is clearly said that everything should be done for the satisfaction of Vishnu or Yajna. All other actions a person may take are only causes for his bondage. Everyone has to perform yajna according to the Vedic hymns. As stated in the Upanishads, fire, the altar, the auspicious full moon, the period of 4 months called Chaturmasya, the sacrificial animal, and the beverage called Soma are necessary requisites, as are the specific hymns mentioned in the Vedas and composed of 4 letters. One hymn is as follows. Ashravayeti Chaturaksharam Astu Shroshaditi Chaturaksharam Yajeti Dvabhyam Ye Yajamaha. These mantras, chanted according to the Shruti and Smriti literatures, are only to please Lord Vishnu, for the deliverance of those who are materially conditioned and attached to material enjoyment. Performing yajna and following the rules and regulations of the 4 divisions of society and of spiritual life are recommended. It is said in the Vishnu Puran that by offering sacrifice to Vishnu, one can gradually be liberated. The whole target of life, therefore, is to please Lord Vishnu. That is yajna. Any person who is in Krishna consciousness has dedicated his life for the satisfaction of Krishna, the origin of all Vishnu forms, and by offering worship and prasad daily, he becomes the best performer of yajna. So Prabhupada has given the real meaning of yajna. So yajnas are important, yes, as mentioned in the in the Vedas. But Prabhupada says, any person who is in Krishna consciousness has dedicated his life for the satisfaction of Krishna. And Krishna means the origin of all Vishnu forms. And by offering worship and prasada daily, he becomes the best performer of yajna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is clearly stated that in this age of Kali, the only successful performance of yajna, of sacrifice, is yajna sankirtan praya. The best type of sacrifice is simply to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This yajna is offered before the form of Lord Chaitanya, as other yajnas are offered before the form of Lord Vishnu. These recommendations are found in the 11th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Moreover, this yajna performance confirms that Lord Chaitanya is Vishnu himself. As Vishnu appeared at the Daksha Yajna long, long ago, Lord Chaitanya has appeared in this age to accept our Sankirtan Yajna. So Agni Dev appeared, and Agni Dev is praying to the Supreme Lord that because of you, all kinds of offerings are made to you, and I'm I accept the offerings for your pleasure and then I deliver them to you. So that is for Vishnu. But in Kali Yuga, see, we cannot perform all these big yagyas. Because first of all, we don't have money to perform that kind of yagya. We don't get the pure ingredients that are required to perform the yagya. And then we don't have the Brahmins who can chant the mantras properly. So considering our faults, our shortcomings, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this Kali Yuga, especially this Kali Yuga, the 28th Kali Yuga of the 7th Manu in the day of Brahma, Mahaprabhu himself appears and he gives this clearance or very shortcut method. Just chant Hare Krishna and that is a yagya. Means that will please me. Yagya means to please Krishna, please Vishnu. And this, for this day and age, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a Yuga Avatar. So whatever he says, we do, that pleases Mahaprabhu. And then we get the topmost benediction by his mercy. Yagya means one gets benediction. By performing yagya, one gets benediction. So by performing Sankirtan yagya, we get the topmost benediction of Krishna Prem. Because of the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is why we just have to perform this yagya properly. Of course, there is no consideration of time or place. We can chant anywhere, anytime, any condition. But at least we chant 16 rounds properly, sitting down, trying to concentrate. And then we get all the benedictions. Text 42. Deva uchuhu pura kalpa paye swakritam udari kritya vikritam tvamev vadyastasmin salil urgendradhi shayane pumani sheshe siddhar hridi vimrishitadhyatma padvihi sa evadyakshanorya pati charasi prityan vasinaha. The demigod said, Dear Lord, formerly when there was a devastation, you conserved all the different energies of material manifestation. At that time, all the inhabitants of the higher planets were represented by such liberated souls as Shanak were meditating on you by philosophical speculation. You are therefore the original person, and you rest in the water of devastation on the bed of snake. Now today you are visible to us, who are all your servants. Please give us protection. So demigods are praying to the Lord with a different aspect. So we are your servants, please give us your protection. The devastation indicated in this verse is a partial devastation of the lower planets within the universe when Lord Brahma goes to sleep. The higher planetary systems, beginning with Maharloka, Janaloka, and Tapaloka, are not inundated at the time of this devastation. The Lord is a creator as indicated in this verse because the energies of the creation are manifested through his body, and after annihilation, he conserves all the energy within his abdomen. Another significant point in this verse is that the demigod said, We are all your servants, Bhrityan. Give us your protection. The demigods depend on the protection of Vishnu. They are not independent. Bhagavad Gita therefore condemns the worship of demigods because there is no need of it, and clearly states that only those who have lost their sense go asking favors of the demigods. Generally, if anyone has material desires to be fulfilled, he can ask Vishnu instead of going to the demigods. Those who worship demigods are not very intelligent. Besides that, the demigods say, We are your eternal servants. So those who are servants or devotees of the Lord are not very much concerned with fruitive activities, the performance of prescribed yagyas or mental speculation. They simply serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead sincerely, with love and faith, performing everything with that loving service. And the Lord gives such devotees direct protection. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, simply surrender unto me and I'll give you protection from all the reactions of sinful activities. This material world is so created that one has to act sinfully, knowingly or unknowingly. And unless his life is dedicated to Vishnu, he has to suffer all the reactions of sinful activities. But one who surrenders and dedicates his life for the service of the Lord has direct protection from the Lord. He has no fear of suffering from sinful activities, nor does he desire, willingly or unwillingly, to do anything which is sinful. So the demigods are clearly saying, we are your servants. You are visible, now today you are visible to us, who are all your servants. Please give us protection. So demigods understand, they know, they have realized that they all are servants of Krishna. Here we are trying or struggling to serve Krishna. Of course, in the purport, Prabhupada clearly mentions that one need not worship the demigods for any material benefits, for anything in fact. But even if we worship with the right mood that they are our servants of Krishna, sometimes because of family tradition, we have to do it. Understanding that they all are servants of Krishna, and whatever benediction they give because of the mercy of Krishna. And at the same time, we are not supposed to disrespect demigods, because they all are servants of Krishna. They all are Vaishnavas. And here we are struggling to be servant of Krishna. So their position is really way above us. It's their service that they deal with the material world, with the material modes of nature. This is their service to Krishna. But otherwise, they all are devotees of Krishna. Because of their contact with the material modes of nature, they develop material desires, which is normal. We also develop material desires. And sometimes they do some activities which are not exactly the devotional service, we can say, but still they are servants of Krishna. Still they are Vaishnavas. So we have to respect them. And now Gandharva Uchu. Gandharva Uchu. Anshan Shaste Dev Marityadya Ete. Brahmendradya Devgana Rudra Purogaha. Krida Bhandam Vishwamidam Yasya Vibhuman. Tasmai Nityam Nath Namaste Karvama. The Gandharva said, Dear Lord, all the demigods, including Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Indra and Marichi, and the great sages, are only differentiated parts and parcels of your body. You are the supreme, almighty, great. The whole creation is just like a plaything for you. We always accept you as a supreme personality of God, and we offer our respectful obeisances unto you. See their realizations. Now the Gandharvas are praying, glorifying the Lord, and then asking for some protection. In the Brahma Samhita, it is said that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. There may be many gods, from Brahma, Lord Shiva, Indra, Chandra, down to the rulers of the lower planetary systems, the presidents, ministers, chairmen, and the kings. In fact, anyone can think that he is God. That is a false, puffed up conviction of material life. Actually, Vishnu is the Supreme Lord, but there is even one above Vishnu, for Vishnu is also the plenary portion of a part of Krishna. So Vishnu here, it means Kshirodakshay Vishnu, and he is plenary portion of Mahavishnu or Karanadakshay Vishnu, who is only a part of Krishna. In this verse, this is referred to by the word ansha ansha, which refers to part and parcel of a part and parcel. There are similar verses in Chaitanya Charitamrita which indicate that the Supreme Lord's parts and parcels again expand into other parts and parcels. As described in Srimad Bhagavatam, there are many manifestations of Vishnu and many manifestations of living entities. Vishnu manifestations are called Swa-ansha, partial manifestations, and the living entities are called Vibhin ansha, or separated manifestations. The demigods like Brahma and Indra have been promoted to such exalted positions by pious activities and austerities, but actually Vishnu or Krishna is the master of everyone. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, Ekila Ishvara Krishna Arsabhritya. This means that Krishna alone is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and all others, even the Vishnu Tattva and certainly the living entities, are his servitors. So even among Vishnu Tattvas, they all are Vishnu Tattvas, like Krishna, Vishnu, Narsimha, Vamandev, Varadev, Ram, Hayagri, Narsimha, everybody, all are Vishnu Tattvas, but even among them all, Krishna is the Supreme. Ekila Ishvara Krishna, our sub-Pritya. Rest everybody is serving. That's amazing. Baladev is the immediate expansion of Krishna. He also engages in the service of Krishna, and certainly the ordinary living entities are serving. Everyone is created constitutionally for serving Krishna. Here the Gandharvas acknowledge that although the demigods may represent themselves as the supreme, actually they are not supreme. Real supremacy belongs to Krishna. Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam is a statement of Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna is the only supreme Lord. Worship of Krishna alone, therefore, includes worship of all the parts and parcels, just as watering the root of a tree also waters all the branches, twigs, leaves, and flowers. So worship of Krishna alone, therefore, includes worship of all the parts and parcels. So that is why that sometimes people ask, why do you guys worship only Krishna? Why not others? So it's not just like because in ISKCON we only worship Krishna, that's why we worship Krishna. No. That could be answer for people who don't know the logic, but here is given. If Krishna is worshipped, if Krishna is pleased, the whole tree of the whole existence, spiritual and material, will get nourished. Because Krishna is the source of everything. Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. He is the Swayam Bhagwan. Himself, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Rest all, even the Vishnu Tattvas are his expansions of expansions of expansion. First expansion is Balramji, and Balramji himself serves Krishna all the time. Balramji serves Krishna in all the five rasas. He's the only one who serves Krishna in all the five rasas. He's Shantras. He expands himself as a bed of Krishna, as a crown of Krishna, as a asana of Krishna, singhasan of Krishna, as his flute, as his jewelry, as his clothes. These are all Balramji's expansions to serve Krishna. Dasaras. So he sometimes, like we saw the other day picture of Krishna massaging Balram's feet, and sometimes Balramji takes care of Krishna like that. Then in Vatsalyaras, Sakyaras, as a friend, he's there with Krishna to play with him, to arrange all the sports, whether to play with the ball, whether to jump in Yamuna, whether to do whatever they are going to do in the forest. He's always there. Vatsalyaras. So since he's the elder brother, he acts as elder brother. So sometimes he chastises Krishna, sometimes he is overprotective of Krishna. And in the Madhura-ras, how come he's going to serve him in Madhura-ras? So for that, Balramji expands himself as Ananga Manjari, as a younger sister of Srimati Radharani. Because Balramji himself cannot enter the gardens or the forest where Krishna is with Srimati Radharani, because he's elder brother. So then he expands himself as Anang Manjari, as a younger sister of Srimati Radharani, and then as a younger sister she can go anywhere, wherever Radha and Krishna are, there's no problem. Sometimes she goes, takes the garlands, sometimes brings them food, sometimes brings them something else. So that's Balramji's service. Even Balramji was the first expansion of Krishna, and from him comes all the other expansions. If he is serving Krishna, then where is our excuse? We don't want to serve Krishna. And similarly, here, Balramji, your first expansion, and Krishna's energies, and in the energy, yesterday how we were discussing the different energies, how they are serving Krishna, and everything boils down to pleasure of Krishna. And that pleasure-giving potency, the personification of that potency is Srimati Radharani. And she is always serving Krishna. Even though whenever she gets angry with Krishna, she displays man, that is also service of Krishna. Because this is what pleases Krishna. This is what increases his love for Srimati Radharani. So that way, everybody is serving Krishna all the time. And this is what the demigods or Gandharvas are praying also. So beautiful prayers will continue more tomorrow. We'll stop here, see anybody has any questions or comments.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mata.
Prabhuji, somebody asked me 2 questions.
Okay.
I need a guidance. First was, how come Krishna, after leaving the Vrindavan, he gone to Mathura, and then uske baad he has gone to Dwarka. So what is the history behind going to Dwarka? One question was this. And the second was, what happened to Srimati Radharani at the end? So I'm not been able to answer.
So, why did he go to Dwarka?
Yeah.
So when he was in Mathura, because when he entered Mathura, he killed Kansa and so many other demons.
Yes.
Then Krishna Balram went to Ujjain, to Sandipni Muni's ashram to study over there. Then they came back. Now Kansa's father-in-law was Jarasandha, another big Rakshasa or demon. So he wanted to take revenge. So 17 times he attacked Mathura with one Akshauhini Sena every time. So Krishna and Balram would kill all the soldiers and they let go of Jarasandha. Jarasandha would go again back to his city and again bring the army next time to again attack Mathura. So why Krishna and Balram were doing that? Because they said, we are here to kill the demons. So why we have to go around and bring kill all the demons? Let him bring the demons here and we'll kill them. So 17 times they did that. But finally what Jarasandha did was, now this time when he was defeated and they went back, so he called all the Brahmins in his kingdom and he said, give me the benediction that I'll be victorious over Krishna next time. Otherwise, I'm going to kill you all. Okay, so Krishna wanted to protect the Brahmins. He's a Guru Brahman Hitayacha. So he could have killed Jarasan, but he didn't want to. He wanted Bhima to get this credit. So to arrange for all the Yadavs for the protection, Krishna asked Vishwakarma to build a city inside the sea, which is Dwarka. So he transferred all the Yadavs when they were sleeping at night to Dwarka in the palace. And Krishna and Balram, they went to fight with Jarasandh, and then they killed so many, and then the Kalyavan also, King Muchkund, that pastime happened. And then they ran away from the battlefield. Of course, running away from battlefield for ordinary Kshatriyas is very dishonorable. But when Krishna Balram does, it's very sweet. So he's called Ranchod Raiji. And then he ran away from there to Dwarka, because he had to establish Dwarka, and he wanted to protect the Yadavas from again and again attacks of Jarasandh. And then, of course, in Dwarka, he had different set of pastimes that he wants to perform. All those queens that he married, 16,108, and they all were given palaces in Dwarka, because their mood is of Dwarka, their mood is not of Mathura. He could have married them and brought them to Mathura, but no, their mood is of real queens of Dwarka. So that mood has to be preserved. So that is why he created Dwarka. And it was protected from all around by the sea. And actually, when the Yadavas, they got up in the morning, because at night when they were sleeping, they were transferred to Dwarka. When they got up, Dwarka was such a beautiful place, and they were looking around. Where is the door? Where is the entrance door to this big city? So that's why they said Dwar kahan hai, Dwar kahan, Dwar kahan. So it became Dwarka from that.
Okay.
So again, moods, pastimes of Dwarka are different from Mathura, and that is very different from Vrindavan.
Yeah.
So that is first question. What was the second question? I forgot, sorry.
What happened to Srimati Radharani?
Srimati Radharani. So once Krishna killed all the demons, and also there is a story of Tulsi ji, and I think I have told that story.
Jalandhar and all, no?
And Jalandhar and Shridam. So somehow they got the curse, Radha and Krishna, that they will be separated for 100 years in the material world. So Krishna had to follow that. Of course, he doesn't have to follow, but this separation actually brings out the pleasure when they meet. So first meeting was in Kurukshetra at the solar eclipse, when Krishna, Balram, they all came from Dwarka, the Pandavas, Kauravas also came from Hastinapur, and the Brajvasis came from Braj at Kurukshetra when they met. And Srimati Radharani also met Krishna. But that was for a very short duration. But when Krishna killed all the demons, the last demon he killed was Dantavakra. That was brother of Shishupal, and he was like Ravan and Kumbharan, so later on they became Shishupal and Dantavakra. So after killing Dantavakra, he went to Braj, because now his pastimes were going to be over soon. He knew that in Dwarka, that Musa Leela that happened at Prabhas Kshetra.
Yeah.
So after killing Dantavakra, he went to Braj. He met everybody and he sent everybody back to Golok Vrindavan. And then he came out and then he did his Musa Leela at Prabhas Kshetra, and then he also disappeared.
So Srimati Radharani also went to Godham along with Brijvasis.
Yeah, because originally she is there only in Golok Vrindavan.
Okay.
So she just wound up the pastimes pastimes are supposed to be finished, and then they all went back.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much.
I have one question now.
Yes.
Krishna sent all of them to Golok Dham, you said, na? So this is very nice. For the devotees are very happy to accept it. But for the materialistic people, they need some kind of pastimes to prove that, so everybody went. So they won't believe this.
They
Like
don't
we
even
have-
believe. They don't even believe that Krishna went back. They say Krishna died because of.
No, that's what they believe that Krishna died. So Krishna was killed by a hunter. So like that, they also need some pastimes for Radharani and other prominent characters. So if we say that Krishna sent them all back, they will simply say it is all story. So how to handle it?
Can't help them. Because it's not in Srimad Bhagavatam.
Acha.
So,
Yeah, Bhagavatam, I don't think it talks about Radharani at all.
yeah, so Bhagavatam doesn't speak about all this. It's in Goswami literature. I have to really find that verse where it says that.
Okay.
Those who don't want to believe, they'll still not believe it. So what can
Right. So this is only for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. No, we can read the Goswami literatures and we can get the information, but it cannot be told to everybody, right?
Well, it can be told because this is what happened. Whether they believe or not, that's up to them.
Right. Right. Okay. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you all very much. You all have a safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna. Have a nice day, Prabhuji.